my name is Victoria Johanovic. I'm in the healthcare management program at American University. I don't know if anyone else is in that program. I didn't recognize any of the names, but hello to all of the new classmates. I graduated from University of South Carolina and received my Bachelor's of Science in Experimental Psychology. After college, I wasn't quite sure what my next step wanted to be, so I took some time off and I was figuring out really what I wanted to do. I ended up working as a scribe in the emergency department at a hospital in Washington, D.C., and then I also worked for a gastroenterologist. So a lot of my experience is in healthcare. My mother worked in healthcare, so I had a lot of experience at a young age and a lot of access to understanding healthcare. So besides that, that's really all I've been doing is working in healthcare. I've done side jobs, of course, of babysitting, and currently one of my big interests is art. So I'm working on a children's book illustration for an author, which is pretty exciting for me. This outside of work and, making money, my interests include drawing. I love to play tennis. I love to hang out with my friends on the weekends. And I really, really love Bravo TV. If anyone else loves Bravo TV, you can understand that it is a bad addiction, but it is an addiction. So for this course, I am mostly really interested in interacting with classmates. We all come from different walks of life, and we all have different opinions. And although, our discussions, we want to keep them as factual as possible, everyone has an emotional opinion to things that deal with diversity, different cultures, prejudice, racism, everything like that. Everyone has a different stance because we all have different ways of life. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm really excited to use the information that other people attach to factual information to learn something new. And then, of course, the overall goal of this course, I want to use this to implement into my career. A lot of hospitals, especially Johns Hopkins, are looking to branch out more globally. They want to have hospitals in, India or Asia, and being able to appropriately communicate with the receiving end is huge in making something accomplishable. So that I'm really excited about. And of course, I'm really excited to see everyone's research projects and their topics. I chose my topic, so hopefully I get it, but a lot of them I said, oh, I've seen this on the news, but I never really dug into it. And so that's going to be really interesting to see how everyone's topics develop. And then for culture, the culture I've been experienced to, I mentioned in one of my discussion posts that the only time I've been out of the United States for a prolonged period of time that wasn't on a cruise was after high school, when I went to Europe for 2 weeks, and we went to Italy and Germany. And I think the most challenging aspect of being in a place where you are not a native, or where you may feel uncomfortable communicating, walking around, that was definitely felt. I remember this one moment. We were standing on the sidewalk of our little hotel in Germany, and my brother, who had lived there for a couple years and who was very cultured, knows like 8 different languages, has lived in Yemen, has lived in Germany, all over the map. My mother said good morning to someone walking by, and my brother was like, you do not do that here. So it's definitely very interesting. In my neighborhood, everyone just waves to each other, even if they don't know them. So there's some times where it pinpoints very strongly that, you're kind of out of place because you don't know the field yet. You don't know the grounds. You don't know how to act. And even without looking outside of the border of the United States, when I went to school in South Carolina, that was really being immersed in Southern culture. There were Southern belles and Southern boys, and, the activities you did were completely different. And although, I'm at a college clearly with, scattered amount of students from all over the country, it was really a different atmosphere, and I had to adjust. I had to realize kind of what was maybe more appropriate or less appropriate, and then you kind of fluctuate to that and make adjustments to yourself to really kind of fit in, which was an interesting experience. The first couple of months I was like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. But after that, you just kind of fall in love with the place. So I think, culture and experiences don't have to feel like they're so far away. They don't have to be across the globe to feel different to you. You could drive an hour down a street or an hour away from your home and feel like you're in a completely different area and maybe feel like you're out of place, even though you're still in the state. So I'm really excited to get along with this course. I didn't recognize any of the names, so it will be fun to interact with new people. And that's it. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your day or evening, morning, whenever you're watching this.